Lately, I've been missing sleep, thinking about my shoulder, which I still, and the Marine Corps hasn't still paid me. Fuck, it doesn't work. I tried to edit the song rapidly. Thinking about me, shoulder, how the government hasn't paid me. Oh my god, no, my shoulders fucking kept ruining last night. I almost got some really good sleep. I had bursts of it, and then my shoulder would just like wrench, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" Like, "Oh fuck!" Playing Scholar? What the fuck? I mean, if you mean with Kree, whenever he gets to Dark Souls 2, yeah, maybe. I promised I would help him through that. Real friends, don't let friends play Dark Souls 2 alone. Well, it's because you highlighted your message out of the gate. Like, your very first message, you did the highlight message thing. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, things have been progressing well. We're at 85 pages. Like I said, I want to get to 100 by the weekend. So we should. We're definitely on track for getting it there. Let's see. So where should we start the preview? Maybe we'll go back a bit first. Yeah, let's go back a bit here. All right, this will be a bit of a long one. Yeah, we'll do a long preview today, and then we'll get into the work. I want to at least start putting the foundational stuff for the rest of the casts, because we've got the wrecker at least started. I need to start in on the other 4 casts and everything, and then of course put in all the pages for the 5 forms. We already got Ulfhethner in. We need to get Mothra in, Wolverine in, Vargar, and Ulfr. Let's see. We did that one last time. Where did we get to? I'm trying to find a good place for us to start. Okay, here we go. We'll start here. Let me clear my throat, apparently, and also take a nice big drink of water. Give me the water. Stupid bottle. Stupid glass. You make me look bad. Oh, goodness sakes. All right. William tensed up and raised his firearm up. He wanted to give a command to stop, but it was far beyond any point to do so. The situation was also dramatically skewed against them, given the destruction that was brought to the black site, where the staff had access to full rifles and shotguns, while William currently stood with a pistol. Sure, the rounds weren't normal solids. These were hollow points, and though less effective against armor, they played havoc on flesh. The pair of agents watched in a strange fascination at first, as the clothing on the Ranger began to merge and slide around and combine into one. This was then formed into a large jacket that had a strange, absurdist look on the frame of the werewolf. Yet along the chest, where there had been some rudimentary bandages and medicine applied for the bruises, now strained and popped off, released from their bond of skin contact and drifted to the leaf litter. Yep, tensed up and raised his firearm up. Remember, he had already had it drawn. He was brandishing it. Now he was actually aiming it. As Michael let his body fully reveal itself, he remained where he was and gave a nod of his head to Samantha. She was not currently in a state to do much else but stare in dumbfounded dread and tremble a bit. William leveled the pistol and gave a grunt before he started to draw back to get cover. Samantha finally raised a hand and looked at William. "Will, hold. We cannot." The massive wolf spoke. A voice now distorted and made with more strain came from them. It was clear that though they could speak, it took concentration to form the words properly. "If I wanted you both dead, ye would be. I'm proving a point here," Michael said, though his voice was slightly distorted. Actually, that's the repetition right there. That one. Said through that strained voice. What was that sound? What the feck was that sound? Anybody else hear that? It was a doobie doobie doo boop 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 boop. I was like, what the fuck? That sounds like a warning. That sounds like the fucking like defib paddles warning. What the fuck? What was that sound? Where'd it come from? I don't see anything from my phone. Fucking strange. Very strange. Very, very strange. Alright. It took longer than Michael would have liked, but eventually Samantha took up the mirror and looked. The image had not changed in spite of the forms. "It's the same. Nothing changed." "Exactly, lass. That mirror shows the truth. I am Wolvaran. This poor fella here is nae one, but was afflicted. The thing that attacked him and his, that beastie has been put down proper. That is what attacked the visitor center. One of my kind. Falling to the temptations of the wicked. This is the world you both are a part of, deep in your blood, shared amongst our kind, ready to awaken if ye but let it." Yeah, apparently so. William kept the weapon drawn, glaring at the wolf monster. "And what did you do to that man?" William nodded his head towards Jack and furrowed his brow more. "Jack was turned by that Smiler. That Smiler. I would love to explain that, but for now, they turned this man, and he somehow got away before they could place the mark on him. This mark gives us Wolvaran full control of their... A slave, then? Tat be a cruel words, but nae wrong. It be for our safety when we are in control. We cannot have them running wild, causing chaos, revealing our existence. The last time the world learned a secret like that, the Third World War began. That is your excuse? Lad, it nae an excuse. It be how it is. False Ulfr gets some benefits for himself, but they are a shadow of what we are. I can only speak to you truthful on that. I've never used the curse on anyone in me life, and this be me first time marking someone too. A fresh curse, wandering the woods, changing, and a victim of a recent attack. It had to be done. Would ye have preferred I killed this man? Yes. William didn't even hesitate to answer, and his face hardened as he looked at the former NDA agent. He joined the NDA to find purpose, to protect the citizens of the Republic from those things that would do them harm. Here stood not one, but two, a former colleague and this ranger who had in all likelihood attacked so many others. He tried to help Pizza the Hut, apparently. You're speaking from a place of worry, lad. I hope one day you learn all 'tis proper and can come join us. The massive red-furred wolf let out a sigh and then began to turn to leave. Come, Jack. We need to get you settled in proper. Ye as well, Jennifer. William took offense to this action before he stepped up and leveled the sights of the pistol towards the wolf's head. No, you aren't leaving. We need to... Lad, I'm a wee bit tired. We had to fight a smiler, though I be glad the prick is dead. Deep in me heart it hurts that one of our own was so corrupted and wicked. Samantha stepped closer to William and slowly brought a hand up and placed it on his shoulder. She expected he would be unsteady, but she found that his body seemed so calm and prepared to do what needed doing. She listened and realized his breathing was calm and collected, and that there was a small smirk on his face. Was he eager? Did he want this? That doesn't matter. We were told to investigate, and now knowing what we know, we can't let you leave. Lad, you cannot stop me, and I think you know that. You have the information and power to ruin me life for a time. I can only ask you don't. Being a ranger has a joy to it. Keeps those dark thoughts at bay. You feel like you're doing what the gods made you for. Yeah? And what's that exactly? Hiding bodies? Lurking and hunting in the dark? Nay, lad. Protecting nature. The spirits and the natural order of things. Michael turned away and kept walking. Jack followed dutifully behind as the mark made him want to do. Jennifer was the only one that lingered. As she looked at the agents and gave a bow of her head. He's not a bad wolf. He helped me simply to help me. When my car suffered the blowout of 2 tires, I admitted I was alone and unarmed. If he had any intentions, he could have done away with me. Instead, he scolded me for being so careless and forward with that information. He went out of his way to help me change one of the tires, hook up the car to his truck, and get it towed to the visitor center. He called in my presence there, unlocked the doors, and let me inside to rest if I wished. I thwarted the veil and he had put up when I saw what he looked like in the mirror of the makeup kit. At those words, Jennifer slowly walked forward and brought a hand up, requesting the makeup kit back. It was my mother's, and her mother's, and her mother's before her. I saw the wolf in the mirror and waited for him to finish on the radio before I spoke up to him. In spite of everything, he noted he should have killed me then and there to protect the secret, but he didn't. Samantha slowly offered the makeup kit out and let Jennifer take it. The civilian quickly slipped it back into her jacket pocket and then took off her coat and turned her back so they could both see it. The slash in her clothes and the subtle scars in her back. When those men attacked the center, when it turned into a fight, he charged in, smashed through the window, and dove in to protect me from it. When I looked at the other wolf, it was his eyes. There was nothing there. No regard for who I was, just looking at me as an object that he wanted to debase. I helped the ranger and this fake wolf fight that thing, so I had to leave out the white wolf for now. That monstrous wolf slashed me for my efforts. It burned and crackled away, and Michael... Oh, God, fucking throat. The ranger didn't hesitate. The moment the other wolf was dead, he ran to me and healed my wounds. He eased my pain when he very well could have allowed me to suffer or die. He isn't human, nor elf, nor dwarf, not a halfling, nor dracine, nor a dracmolkine. That doesn't mean he's a monster. Jennifer gave another nod of her head and turned to follow the wolves. Michael, though, had slowed his walk, his ears having turned to listen to what she said. It was a strange feeling to have even some of the details played back to him, yet the small acknowledgments from just a mere human brought comfort to him. It was a boost of self he needed. Even though he had the slight joy of dealing with a smiler, that somberness lingered, knowing it was a fallen Wolverine. Perhaps they could have been friends. Alright. So that will be that part of the preview for now. Let's see. Let me go up here. Let's change that to William became more tense and raised his firearm up. We'll do that. Okay. Now let's jump further ahead. Michael and his impromptu entourage came to a wide trail, which he made them walk. Jennifer at first was going to speak up, but then thought better of it. Jack felt the obedience kicking in from the mark, yet he realized the ranger wasn't trying to abuse it. It had just been unfortunate wording. So, you both understand, we need to stick to this path. Deviating from it will cause a problem. What kind of problem? Jack asked as he followed. Well, take a look up in that deer stand. Jack felt the compulsion within him, though again he realized Michael wasn't trying to order him around. It was just natural phrasing. The stupid mark really did suck. When he did turn his gaze to look at the deer stand, he saw the pair, both with rifles and intently watching the trio as they walked. Sorry, lad. Didn't mean... But you get the point. This be heavily watched by the pack I am with. The two men in the deer stand didn't say anything, but kept the rifles ready. Michael knew the pair were a father and son team. The father was a Wolverine, while the son was a wolf-blooded. It wasn't rare for a parent to seek out a sign that one of their children would fully blossom, but it was rare for such a sign to be heralded. The spirits could more readily see the truth of things. They likened it to a glow beneath the surface as the tension mounted. Kessadrin, the father... yeah. Kessadrin, the father, originally came from the far continent to the west with his family. They had been seeking to escape the aftermath of the Fourth World War, about 73 years ago. When he arrived in the Republic of Rosentia, he had struggled to find work properly, as he was one amongst thousands and thousands pouring in for a better life. The tension mounted until finally he cracked and awoke to his true self. His own mother and father were simply wolf-blooded, but he had beaten the odds. He had come to the Root Howler's pack only a few years after awakening. At first, he didn't understand any of the customs or traditions and was naught but a wayward pup. Yet as he grew to learn the teachings, his family was moved in alongside him, an easing of the struggles they had faced, and now found common respite amongst a greater family. As the trio continued onwards, Jennifer eventually spoke up. So I am curious. The moon, yeah? Aye. The tales and stories, the fables, you know? They say you change under a full moon's light. Is that true? Not that you need it now, of course, but when you awaken? Does the full moon force you to change later? Nay, lass, that be planted misconceptions. Money is important to us, deeply so. She gifted us the castes we have, guidance and boons in accordance to them we tap into throughout our lives until we awaken. Castes, eh? Is it very strict? In a sense, aye. A spay'll ne'er be a wrecker. Wrecker have a natural inclination towards building stamina, muscle, endurance, but a spaya could still work hard and get stronger themselves. On the flip side, a wrecker need not always be a bulldozer, but can learn to be subtle, cunning, how to blend in and seek information. But the spaya is just naturally talented towards such. There are also boons only a wrecker can learn, and that goes for all the castes. Each has unique things they learn from the spirits. Sorry, had to get rid of the water bottle. It was rocking back and forth and subtly going, driving me. It's starting to get to me. It's starting to get to me. For example, back in that fight with the Smiler, when Sarah, the White Wolf, joined that fight, she whistled and used the boon she was taught. I believe it's Siren Shriek. That be unique to the Hjalderskald, and it blew out the Smiler's eardrums. Not always that strong, but she focused it just right. So that's what the whistling was. I gotta admit, it's strange to see a wolf whistle, Jack said, a hand coming up and rubbing at the side of his muzzle. Well, that be something a normal pup. That nay be something a normal pup could do. Oh my god. I skipped nay entirely. Well, that nay be something a normal pup could do. That be one of the differences for our species. A finer muscle control on the muscle. A finer muscle control on the muzzle. My god, my throat's trying extra hard today to do everything it can to fuck things up. What the fuck? Ugh. So, what are all the casts, and how do you know which cast you're in? Jennifer asked, looking at Michael. This is too much exposition. No, it's too much me, like, going over everything. Well, it'd be based on which phase of the moon ye are born under. There'd be 5 casts, technically 8, but that gets a bit over fine. We have the Wrecker of the full moon, them be the warriors in full strength of the Wolvaran. The Gibbous is the moon of the Yalderskald, battle singers, war dancers. They are near as strong as the Wrecker, but also act as the living memory of the Wolvaran race. Their memories are like a vault. The Damari of the half moon are the judges and law keepers of our race. They are the average strength of the Wolvaran. I'm noticing a pattern. The more full the moon is, the stronger your people are if born under it? Aye, that be true. You see the difference as well. If you see a Wrecker standing beside a Damari or a Speya especially. The Guthi are of the crescent moon. That be my moon. We are the spiritual guides of the Wolvaran, most connected to the other side, and thus we have far more contact and can form more compacts with them spirits. As for strength, in truth, we are a little weaker than the average. Calling yourself weak seems strange to me. Jack spoke up this time. I saw you rip that car door off and sent it sailing through the window. Aye, lad, that the key being I'm talking about the strength of the Wolvaran. This brings me to the last moon, the Speya of the new moon, when Mani is most concealed in the sky. The Speya are the weakest of the Wolvaran, but they'd still be easily able to cleave someone in half with their bare hands. But the Speya are the scouts, spies, and assassins of the Wolvaran people, and their gifts, them boons they get from the spirits, lend to their skills. Fuck. I don't know what's going on. Now I'm hiccuping and fucking belching and shit. Like, what the shit is going on? I'm falling apart, apparently. So, the gifts you get are strict, but each one can work hard and become stronger if they wish? Could a Speya work hard enough to be stronger than a Wrecker? It was Jennifer's turn to interject. Aye to the first, but nay to the latter, lass. A Speya can lift, work their body, hone and refine it to get even ever stronger. But a Wrecker is a truly terrifying display of strength. Maybe if a Wrecker, for whatever reason, were to ignore and ne'er work on himself, a Speya could build up to match him. But this be the way of the Wolvaran. A Wrecker need only do minor work on themselves to build muscle, strength, and endurance, stamina rapidly. That be their purpose. The unstoppable juggernaut. That be why I was so worried when facing Tatsmiler. That thing was a Wrecker too? Aye. And though he hadn't put much into his strength training, nor endurance, his strength was far greater than me own, and he threw so many blows and slashes, but ne'er once tired or slowed. I had hoped it was a Domari. The build was leaner than you would expect for a Wrecker, but he had that near limitless stamina. That doesn't work for me, Duncan. I've tried all the fucking home remedies. Lemon water, honey water, like, I've tried everything. It does not work for me. And I know I've explained this, like, hundreds of times. That was lean? He looked monstrous in size. Jennifer mused some, thinking back to the massive black werewolf and the size of the muscles along its body. She then thought about the white wolf, who Michael said was one of the Hjaldarskald, who could near match it. Her body seemed nearly as toned as the Smiler had been. Aye, Tat was lean. He was see, lass. When you get introduced to a Wrecker that puts the work into themselves, they get very big. Well, it might have been the first time you've heard it, but no, I've said it hundreds and hundreds of times. I've said it on Stag, I've said it on any of the streams where I'm with Cree or Pagan or any of them. It does not work. That's why I said I need to go, if I ever get money, I need to go to an actual doctor, ear, nose, and throat, and have them just, like, see what's in there, scrape everything out they can. And I do kind of wonder if the deviated septum in my nose causes any of the, like, mucus builds up. You know, it just seems like it makes sense to me, right? It doesn't mean it has to be. That's just how I'm rationalizing it away. Because it always feels like one part of my nose is clogged up. Today it's the right nostril. It shifts. It depends on if I would hold my head this way for a long time, eventually the right nostril will clear, and whatever's there at the back will shift over and block the left nostril. No, I know absolutely that's not true. Because I know the cranial nerve exam, so I know that's not true. And part of the cranial nerve exam is checking the airflow, because it's a part of other symptoms. They need to check and make sure on symptoms they check airflow from each nostril. And mine is, like, if I were to blow my nose right now, I have airflow out of the left, nothing out of the right. Just if you could feel it if you got real close. You can feel just barely anything out of it. But then, if I hold my head here to the left and I feel that thing shift over, then I would have the opposite problem, where I would have pure airflow out of the right, and then you would feel nothing out of the left. Ugh. And it's the worst thing, it's always feeling like your nose is clogged. Because it always is. One of them is, anyways. Oh my goodness sakes. Okay. Right. So now we got to get into the work. Nope. Ear doesn't do the same thing. Both my ears feel fine. They'll be itchy sometimes, though. But both my ears are fine. Okay. Right, so, and like I said, we started the wrecker here. If I can, I want to get, what I would want to get one day is a commission piece to show, like, a scale of each one, right? So I want to do, like, a thing where I show the wrecker standing beside a Yalderskald, standing beside a Damari, standing beside a Goothy, standing beside a Speya, right? To kind of show the thing. We talked about it yesterday, where I was like, hold on, let me pull up some stuff. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I want to find that one image. There was that one image where it was somebody who worked on it. Here we go. Yeah. Perfect. To show the differences. Cool. Okay. And then Morning, Rapar. Let's see if I can find that one image. There's an even better image. I just remembered it. We wait a minute, no, we used it for the thing. Yep. No, it's just my usual throat issues, only they're acting up today. Real bad. I know, we used the one image for it. Yes! Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, again, I've already did this yesterday, but just as to put it as an example. So, like I said, I want to get a piece done that shows all 5 casts, so you can kind of see like just how fucking bulky the record get and everything. But again, Matilda Wild, right? This is what a Speya would look like. A little more lanky armed, a little more gangly, still muscled as you can tell, but this is more like what I would say a Speya looks like, right? And then we go to what the Wrecker would look like. Massive, just complete like brick shit house of muscle, right? Extreme increase in strength. Like, Michael easily ripped that car door off and threw it through the window, which then hit the Smiler in the face and took a chunk of the face off. Well, not off, but you know what I mean, tore it so it was hanging, and then the Smiler grabbed it and put it back on and it healed instantly. But, yeah, the fucking Wrecker would just lift the entire fucking car. The Wrecker would lift a semi-truck, actually, and just chuck it right through. Like, their whole thing is absurd, and again, supernatural strength. All of the werewolves have supernatural strength, but when you see a Wrecker put their full body into it, that's when you understand the meaning of supernatural strength. There's a reason why Michael specifically said a Wrecker doesn't need to be a bulldozer. Because most often that's what they are. Like, see that wall? The government doesn't want you to know, but you can go right through that wall. Let me show you, watch. But then I was like, this as well. Like, for size comparison and everything, too. Tip for you, don't try putting a number to their strength. You will inevitably contradict it. 1, that's not true. And 2, of course I wouldn't put a number to their strength. The whole point is that it all dependent on each person, what they do with it. It's just Wreckers have the natural talent for it, right? That's the whole point behind a Wrecker. They have the genes for it. There are just some people in real life that have the genes to be an extreme bodybuilder. And that goes into the way your shoulders are laid out. That goes into just all the proportions of your body, everything. Ooh. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this is essentially like a Wrecker, what they would be like, right? So they are the like living siege engine of the Wolverine, which is what makes them so terrifying. That's why in the fight, Michael hoped it wasn't a Wrecker. He thought it wasn't a Wrecker, but then when the Smiler basically, like, shrugged off all of his hits, right? When the Smiler shrugged off all the blows and everything, he just looked at him, and he's just like, you're some lower moon weakling. He goes, let me show you what a, and you just don't hit that hard. Let me show you what a wrecker can do. And that's when Michael immediately was like, he stopped trying all forward offensive stuff, and he immediately went on the defense. The moment he heard the Smiler say he was a wrecker, he was instantaneously on the defensive. Because he knew what was coming. Oh my goodness sakes. Woo! Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. See, are any of my other werewolves here? Oh, that would be good for a wrecker. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Yeah, yeah. This would be a wrecker. Yeah. So in comparison, again, this would be more like a Speya. A little bit of scrawny arms and everything like that. You know, a little more lanky, right? You can still tilt ripped still, right? Muscular still. But this would be a wrecker, right? They're built like a brick shit house. That's one of those things where if you see a wrecker that puts the work in, you know that, like, holy fuck. If I you wouldn't be surprised if you saw him pick up a vehicle and just shred it, easy peasy. Yep. They are built like tanks. They are built like fucking tanks. Yeah, that's what we'll do for, like, the comparisons. Oh. I know one thing's for sure, like, yeah, thinking about it. Yalderskald, It dramatically depends. Again, if they even bother with martial arts, because a lot of it's more like a fury sort of thing, and you got to be quick too. So, one of the things that is going to be mentioned is how they struggled against the Smiler, and, like, it didn't seem like it. You broke his arms and everything, but when they broke his arms, they're like, yeah, we had that's simple physics and leverage on our side, right? We're using our entire body, and the Smiler could only use his pectoral and shoulder and arm muscles alone, right? He couldn't use his entire body to try to get his arms back away from us. So we're putting all of our effort and strength in, and meanwhile we're both struggling to, like, keep him contained. That's why it was a big risk to let go of his arm, but they only did it once Jack slashed his throat a few times. Because Wolverine are exceptionally durable. So, a lot of their fighting is about dealing lethal blows and crippling damage as quickly as possible. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Ugh. Fucking nose clog. Ugh. Gross. Hate it. Hate it. Okay. Pull you up. Oh, you want to see an infuriating thing? Hold on.
Yo, I need to get to the...
Hold on. I'm pulling it over, Alright. This is what I jokingly said I found the most German engineered staircase of my life, right?
Yo, I need to get to that door, but I don't even know how these freaking stairs work. If I go down, can't get to that door. But then if I go up, what the hell?
Like I said, you want to see the most infuriating staircase in the world? Like, again, that's the point where you just jump the railing, right? It's like, oh, fuck this, jump the railing. I don't care. Interior design, go fuck yourself. I'm jumping the railing. Yo, what the hell? What the hell? I can't. How even? All right, hang on. I know this will get the stream claimed, but this video was right near the other video, and I have to. Let's have ourselves a good time, shall we, chat? Oh my goodness sakes. Like I said, that's gonna get the stream claimed. I don't care. It was right there. Fear the wrath of a good man with nothing left to lose. Happy Killdozer Day. My favorite thing about that was Count Dankula video where he's talking about how the severe persecution and everything he was constantly under and everything. And it's like, it can lead a good man to do things of extremes when they are left with no other option. And then he just thinks about it, he tilts his head, and then you see him like lower the window he's looking at, and he's got a bunch of bulldozers on the other screen that he's perusing to buy. Oh. Oh my god. Happy Killdozer Day. I wish I had had that video ready for Killdozer Day. We'll get it ready for next Killdozer Day coming up. 2026 Killdozer Day. We'll celebrate. Could you imagine if that gets turned into an actual holiday? Holy shit. Count Dankula's entire video. If you've never seen the Count Dankula video, by the way, fantastic opening to the Killdozer video. Hold on.
You're going.
All right. This opening was fucking inspired. All right. This opening was inspired.
To know how intent I was on teaching you people that what you're doing is wrong. And maybe that's all that needs to be done to stop you from the greed you have, the hate you have, the anger, malice towards to outsiders. I think God will bless me to get the machine done, to drive it, to do the stuff that I have to do. I am the co-captain of my life. God is first, I am second. Okay? This is where he's taken me. You have tried to control my life. You have tried to be the captain of my life. You do not run my life. You do not determine my income. You do not determine what I desire, what I want, what I deserve. I determine that, and my God determines that, not you people. So I'm trying to be as prepared as I can be to do what I believe needs to be done.
What a fantastic opening to it. Like, holy shit. That's what you call when someone's cooking. Yeah, not on Rumble anymore. I couldn't afford it, right? We're on poverty percent. I can't afford it. Oh my god. He was on a mission from God, and God said, rip and tear until it is done. God bless that man's bulldozer. Yep. I just love the people getting other equipment, other construction equipment to try to stop him. It's like, you picked the wrong one. Son, you're going against a bulldozer. And a bulldozer that now has a lot of added mass to it. Oh, are you kidding me? Like it would be one thing, you know, if they had gotten another bulldozer or something with that had high torque and stuff like that, stuff meant to push and haul and stuff. But no, I think they got out of like a paver, one of those, a smoother, to try to stop it. And it's like, good luck. They're not known for needing a powerful engine with an extreme amount of torque. It's like if you get in a boat pushing contest and you're in a speedboat versus a tugboat. The tugboat is going to fucking clown all over you because the tugboat is designed. It is purpose built to push and pull things. It is going to clown all over you. He made a better bulldozer tank than the entire country of New Zealand? Yeah. That whole incident is a good glimpse that even small-town governments can be highly corrupt too. Yep. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. What a great fucking video too. Holy shit. Sometimes reasonable men must do unreasonable things. Yeah, Abysmal. We were talking before this. We were talking about just the differences between the casts, right? Size difference, right? I would love to get a statue built in his honor. Holy shit. And then I showed the chat the most infuriating staircase in the world. And then showed, because the Killdozer video was right beside it, I showed him the, happy Killdozer day. Which I said, that's going to get the stream claimed, but I don't care. It's right there. It's too funny not to.
Yo.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll re-show the video real quick, and then I'll go back to talking about the cast. So we can try to put ourselves back on track. Yeah. The most infuriating staircase in the universe. This is German engineered staircase right here. 100% German engineered staircase.
Yo. I need to get to that door. But I don't even know how these freaking stairs work. If I go down, can't get to that door. But then if I go up, what the hell?
That is some fucking German engineering right there. 100%. Why in the fuck? Who in the fuck? It's like the back rooms. It's crackhead proof. Yeah, it's like those are the ones where you're just like fuck it and you just jump the rails. Like fuck you, fuck your design. I don't give a shit. Like what in the hell is wrong with you? Who in the hell builds a staircase like this? What in the fuck is wrong with you? Who builds a staircase like this? Who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Oh my god. Ever see the Mexican Sidewalk song? No. Morbidly curious now. Or, I'm morbidly curious. Hang on. I said we'll get to the proper thing, but now I need to know. Mexican Sidewalk song? Oh no. Oh no. It was an autofill. Okay.
Mexican Sidewalk.
Okay. All right. I'll refresh this real quick. It's insanity. No rhythm or reason. I can see from just a single frame. Look at this shit. I can see from just a single frame. What the fuck? Hold on. All right.
Mexican Sidewalk. Why you trying to kill me? 1 second it's just fine. Next suckers up to your knee. Mexican Sidewalk. You think you got it in the bag? You'll be walking just fine. Then you're climbing the aggro crag. Mexican Sidewalk. You should be an Olympic sport. With Red Bull as your counts. All the Euro dudes falling short. Mexican Sidewalk.
What the fuck? Okay, that comes. So that's Mexican Sidewalk song. Sax Boy Billy 18 is the channel name. That's fucking fantastic. Oh my god. Yeah, what in the fuck? What the fuck? I that's colonial sidewalks. I have those as well in this small town I live. And I'm not from Mexico. I just love how some of them are like, here's this sidewalk that you need to be fucking anorexic to get around. And let's put a signpost that covers half the sidewalk. Oh. Oh my god. Hold on. Yeah. Let me see. Let's. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. I saw the preview video. She almost hit her head on an awning. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I saw in the preview she almost hit her head on an awning. I about lost it. I about lost it. Oh my god. I think this is the video Rapar's talking about. Holy shit. She almost slammed her head into an awning. Alright, here we go.
Sidewalk, why you trying to kill me? 1 second it's just fine, next suckers up to your knee. Next to the sidewalk, you think you got it in the bag.
Oh my
You'll be
god.
walking just fine, then you're climbing the aggro crag. Next to the sidewalk, you should be an Olympic sport. With Red Bull as you count, all the Euro dudes falling short. Next to the sidewalk,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. It was when she almost ran into the awning. That's the part that killed me, and I just couldn't. Holy shit. I'm going for a walk. Oh. The walk. Yep. You know what? No. You need to do what you need to do, right? Yeah, the spiral stairs on the sidewalk. What you need to do, right? You need to have a bit where two guys are just like there and they're just chilling and everything like that, and the one was like, I'm gonna go for a walk, and he's like, really? In this weather? And you just see the one dude like getting out climbing gear and a tent and like make sure he has his IFAC on him and everything. He's like, yeah, man, you know, we gotta stay active, right? We can't just be in the house all day. And he's like, all right. If you get in trouble, though, I ain't coming to get you. Then he opens the door, and it's a street in Mexico City. And you're like, oh, Mexican sidewalk song starts playing. Oh, I understand why he was decking himself out like a fucking rescue operation. Oh my god. Oh. Dude, once you go to visit any other place in Latin America, you will see these types of sidewalks. Dude, it is wild. Wild. It's just one of those things like, at some point, right, come on. This is a bit silly. This is just ridiculous. Ninja Warrior Mexico Edition. Oh my god. If Ninja Warrior comes out with an obstacle course called the Mexican Sidewalk, that'd be fucking hilarious. Oh. Oh my god. You go on this epic adventure to cross the street and then get mugged by the cops. Oh my goodness sakes. Fucking hell. Here's one. Oh my god. I can't. We've got enough, right? We got enough. Holy shit. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh, another thing we have to do today. I need to work on the claw glyph for the smiler. Yeah. I forgot. I forgot. Looking at Subnautica 2 only to find out they fired the sound designer from the first game over a stupid joke. Yeah. I'm doing well though. And we're gonna work on the claw glyph for the smiler today. I want to get some other stuff done too, but this will be good for like a visual thing we can do, right? So I've merged the layers down, and we're good to go. So again, the background, what we're basing it off of. Like this would be good with just made with claws. So you're gonna lose the definition and stuff, right? But this is like a perfect smile that the corrupted werewolves and other shapeshifters would have. The fucking smilers, right? And the Wolverine would obviously gear it more towards themselves. So this is the kind of the rough draft of what we're gonna do. So 4-claw swipe down, then thumbs at the 2 central teeth to slash up to make the initial part of the smile. Then go from the tip of one of the slashes all the way across the 3rd claw swipe. Come back to the middle, pointer fingers to make the initial massive canines down. And then use your thumbs to put in and bring the canines up. Then a claw swipes on either side with one on each hand, right? 3 fingers, swipe down. And then the last one at the top, pointer fingers, slash in to make the smiler claw glyph. And for anyone that doesn't know what claw glyphs are, they are what we had here. Hang on. Should just be able to just do this, right? Yep. Let's do this. These are the claw glyphs. Right? So we got the Domari, which is the half moons, the Guthi, which are the crescent moons, the Hjalderskald, which I need to redo the Hjalderskald one. I need to make these thicker. If you look at these are nice and thick and bold, so it looks like a claw went in it. A claw went in it, but it's very dainty. I want to fix that and make these thicker, because all the rest of them are a lot thicker. So I got to redo this one eventually. And then we have the Wrecker. This is the full moon. And then the Speya of the new moon. So yeah, so I need to make the Hjalderskald, make all the slashes thicker. Much thicker. Ugh, excuse me. That was awful. That was a big old chunk of mucus I had to get out of the throat. Fucking hell. huge chunk of mucus. Ugh. Gross. Yeah, so I'll get this redesigned, or no, not redesigned. It's gonna be the exact same design, only just things are gonna be thicker, so it looks nicer. Just so it looks nicer and it keeps more in fitting with the other ones. Like these two, I think came out the best of all of them. No, I like the Wrecker one as well. The Speya one is good, except I do kind of want to make these thicker. The outer ones, but the internal one came out fine. So yeah, this just, again, and they just feel right, you know? Like obviously the Moon of Judgment, so the law keepers and judges. The mysterious moon, so the one that deals with the spirits the most. The battle bards, the war dancers, the warriors, and then the spies, scouts, and assassins. So that's what we're working on now. For the claw glyph, like I said, I've brought it all down to be on the same level. We have the general outline we want to work with. So now I want to make it 20. Would 20 be best here? It's pretty thick. Wish I could do an in-between. 15 is what it is. Again, we're going to follow where we were. And make it a little off kilter, just a little bit. Then I'm going to need to come in here. Paste around. Oh, fuck. Okay. Right. Let's all merge that all together. Let's start carving, shall we? Okay, so we're going to have the top be the obvious start. Come in here. A little distorted here and there. This one's stronger. It's the pointer finger. This one's a little weaker. As the pinky. Okay. 6 is too big. Go 4. Yeah, 2. 2 will work. Right. Cut in. Cut. Rough it up a bit. Do another cut in here. Rough that up a bit. In. A little too thin. Let's go 3. A little scruffy. A little scruffy. Okay. Go. down. What if we extend this one a little bit? Let's extend this one down a little bit. And this one with it. We'll keep these ones short on the outside. Okay. Now carve. There we go. More jagged. Go. And it doesn't need to be precise or anything. Scratch down. Let's make this one maybe carved away a bit. I actually like that nice little cut chunk out. Perfect. And if you're one of the really lazy ones, you just make a smiley face. Again, this is the language if you're actually doing the language, right? For the exact thing of like what is a smiler. Another carve in. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Go. Well, this one have come out like the neatest of them. Comes the spike, right? Yeah. And that's just because this is the initial start, and it's really easy in the initial start. The other ones we're gonna make them a little more like. I'll draw the line, and then I'll go over what we normally do. Because we do this. I'm gonna undo once we do it. We normally do like same size, go right back over, and let the kind of stuff wobble and shake, right? We're going to do that for the next ones. For the initial slash down, because this is what starts everything, the initial / is much more like precise, and then you're building off of it, so that's when things are going to get a little more wobbly as you're trying to visualize how you're writing it. There we go. Our initial 4/ in. Now here's where we're going to get a lot more scrungly. Okay. Okay. There's that one. Now come up to this one. And the whole point is I wanted to do the smile. Like, I can make the smile look more detailed and have this, like, stop here and then go sharp up. Like, stop here, sharp up into it. Bring the smile over and then sharp up and then sharp up again. But doing it this way, it's in 7 claw movements, right? Which becomes thematically appropriate for the 7 sins. Okay. Alright. Now, you. Ooh, I like that nice thick part. That'll be nice. That'll carve up real nice. Okay. Gotta merge it. I didn't want to, just in case I wanted to move things, but no, I realized I had done that on the wrong layer. Bastard, bitch, shit, fuck. Bastard, bitch, shit, fuck. It's okay. It's okay. Right. Okay, I think what I'll have it do, we'll get up here to the points. Then when we do this one across, I'll have it start like here, slash down, and come up and around. I think that'll look the best. Yeah, I think that'll look the best of it. So, again, because it's an upward movement this way. This is gonna be a nice toboggan when it's all done. Would you, still interested in buying those 5 toboggans? Oh, nobody said anything about toboggans. You're the one that said toboggans. Hey, who are you talking to before us, before we got here? And I'll probably do for the teeth, for the big teeth, I'll move them slightly closer to the center here, and we'll do a bigger, thicker line. We'll do 20 instead of a 15. I think that'll work real nice. And curve it maybe a bit. Yeah, I go very mild one. Scruff it up a bit. Do a big, thick chunk in here. Okay. Again, we need to do another curve up here. Do 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 do. We should do some music maybe while we're while we're doing some stuff. How about that? Oh no. Taika Waititi's doing a Judge Dredd reboot? Oh no. Please do not make it a comedy. Please do not make it a fucking comedy. Holy shit. Alright, we're gonna do this one. That was some good music. Oh, wait. No. Let's do thematically appropriate music. Hold on. Yeah. Thematically appropriate music, baby. Down a little bit for you guys. Okay. Again, thematically appropriate music. Good news, guys. It's not a vampire. Bad news, guys. It's not a vampire. This was never a vampire. That line goes so fucking hard, by the way. Yep. You wanna know what's even better? Hold on a second. This is unironically a good song. This is a good song for like really brief tussles. Hold on. These are both for Under the Parenting, by the way. Both from the same character as well. Originally, this song was going to be used for the fight with the vampires in the tunnel. And Brother Alpha Busa said, nah, the vampires aren't, don't deserve something like this. He said, I want you to save this song until we get a more appropriate antagonist to use it. Yeah, what a great choice. What a great choice to use for Matilda going Glabro. Fantastic choice. Now back to okay. And now we get the full one. Next layer. Let me make the bottom of the smile thicker. Hold on. We're going to start it like here and bring it around to here instead. Remember, this is going to be the start point. This is going to be the end point. Maybe, hang on, what if we extend it out to like that and that? Bulge it, now bring it in. Again, because this is one claw movement, I'm not making it super precise on what we want for it. So it's a little off kilter. That actually works fine for us. God, this song is so good. It is depressing to me that, you figure it's going to happen, right? But it's depressing to me that in 3 minutes, a fan project put more respect on werewolves' names in World of Darkness than anything any other media has done for World of Darkness ever. This is where we start. Oh shit, whoop. That was way too out of bounds. Oh yeah. I want them to continue zero viscosity as well. That hilarious introduction to the tool gun and fizz gun being real. That's fucking great. Woo! Werewolves being cool, that's illegal in at least 15 states. Only feels that way sometimes, don't it? Again, so we're gonna carve in at an angle and around. I want to set up the curve. That one was fine, so I'm going to leave this one alone a bit. carve in here. Oh, that's 8 slurs. Scrungalungle, scrungalungle. Oh my god. Wait, I just realized another song. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta look up the thing first. Because I want the thing. Is this the correct one? Hold on. I hope this is the correct one.
Smile, though your heart is aching.
Yep.
Smile, even though it's breaking.
Oh, fuck yeah.
When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile. Through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying?
Dude,
You
use this song.
find that life is still worthwhile.
Use this song as like a promotional
Just
song, right? I mean, they use it in Joker. But could you imagine it? Yeah. Just imagine the song, right? Okay. So imagine the whole thing is about like. Honestly, I would do it for like a little TV series thing, right? Just have like moments where smilers are on the screen and you can just tell something's wrong with them. Because again, it's the deadness in the eyes, right? The lights are on but nobody's home, right in the eyes. But I would do that and then have like different scenes of them and all their different forms, and Wolverine and the normal forms and everything. Just like those moments, maybe like the head tilting to the side, and they just have that twisted smile that's longer than it should be. Song in the face of the Mad Bomber is all you need. Yep, absolutely. Like I said, that would be fucking perfect. That'd be perfect. I do want to, unironically, chat, We've got so many projects in dealing with this, and they're all connected to the same thing. With so many fucking projects I want to do with this. I unironically would love if I was able to find a team to do it. I would love to write a TV series for YouTube, mind you, not for actual TV, but like a YouTube series set in my universe with the like not in Guardians of Nature, but in that time frame, you know. So like Jonathan Falstaff might show up, Michael Wolf might show up. Victor would definitely be in it. I already have a scene in mind I would do for Victor, which would be 2 NDA agents. One of them's newer, one of them's a bit of an old grizzled veteran. He's taking him out on the town, and he's telling him like stuff to be worried about. They realize that there's a guy acting cagey, so they follow him into an alley. When he's in the darkness, it turns out it's a vampire, and they get in a fight to kill him, and then Victor shows up. And the vampire who like trounces these 2 agents, the one agent is still alive, though he's injured badly. He's looking up at the vampire who kills the older agent, while the young agent is still alive. And, you know, he's basically going to toy with him. And then Victor shows up. It's poor for him to play with one's food. And then he just fucking goes to town and just opens up a literal can of whoop ass on the fucking vampire. Just kind of show the, like, differences in power and everything, right? Yep. Yeah, I would love to do, like, a ton of multimedia stuff for this. I don't know, I'm biased, but I think, one, people have been desperately wanting, like, really good werewolf media for a while, and we just don't get it. And again, biased, I'd like to think the writings and stuff I do are good, so. Oh, hang on, I meant to turn the music back on. Go.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile. Through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come.
Well, remember, Victor's a Speya as well, so it's even that whole thing of, like, showing that, like, the Speya with supernatural strength is fucking clown on vampires. Sure, this vampire was weakened a little bit because of sunlight. He managed to get to darkness, so now he's not as weak, but it's still brighter out.
Maybe ever so near. That's the
But then Victor just absolutely fucking clowns on him.
What's the use of crying? You find that life is still worthwhile if you.
And the only reason Victor even got involved was because he was looking for the Smiler, and he sees these 2 NDA agents shadowing someone, and he's like, could be a bit of interesting fun.
If you smile.
And then he didn't intervene when they fought or anything. But once it was clear, you know, 1, vampire, 2, these agents clearly got fucking trounced. He just comes in and he's just like, all right, well, let me show you how a real man fights vampires. But you're not a man at all.
Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near. that's the time. You must keep on trying, smile. What's the use of crying? You find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. You'll find that life's worthwhile if you just smile.
Dude, you know how creepy that is in the context of smilers, right? You find that life's still worthwhile if you just smile. And knowing, again, take the smiler lore and put that into context with that line right there in the song. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Because remember, they do it to indulge in their sins. Like, to totally lose themselves in it. For whatever reason. Some of them do it out of misery, things like that. They're just so fucking depressive and everything. Some of them are nihilistic. Well, I'm going to the hells anyways. So. Which, again, isn't true. Meraxis makes sure that that's not true. But when you get that mindset, when you get that nihilistic mindset, there's a lot of times nothing that could pull you out of it. So they just start indulging in everything. Oh, by the way, recently, I watched Wendigoon. I watched his entire lore video on Ready or Not. You know, before they did all the censoring and everything, right? Which, very annoyed they did all the censoring and stuff. Yeah, exactly. When you... wait. When you're playing Sakara for the first time... That could be the meme. When playing Sakara for the first time, it talks about smile, stuff like that. When you learn what a smiler is, and then have the fucking, you know, distressed Mr. Fantastic. Oh, shit. Mr. Incredible, not Mr. Fantastic. I said Mr. Fantastic, I just realized that. No, Mr. Incredible, sorry. It's getting there. It's getting there. Let's slight this a little bit more. We're getting there. All right. Next. I'm going to make the two fangs separate on separate layers. And like right here. No, let's like I said, let's move it in a little bit. And down past it a bit. That's what we'll do. Okay. Back to you. Curve it a little bit. Curve it. And just a wee bit. Wee bit of a curve, right? Now you. Right here. Scoot you away from it a bit. Oh, well done, me. Hate when I do that. Hate. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. My stomach just did the grumble rumble. But again, initial in, and then I'll do the stuff. You a little bit longer. Over a bit more. Yeah, I think that works fine. Yeah, all right. Bathroom before I have an accident. BRB, I'll turn off the music. I'm back. I'm back. All right. All right. Yeah. Let's. You. Okay. Curved in a bit, so we want to. Whoops, that's a weird carve. Okay. Add a little bit back to it. Oh, I never did the thing. That's why it looks so goofy. Right, okay. Oop. Okay, there we go. I'll make sure I do that on this side, though. Eeh. Nope. You know what? Nope. We can fix it. Again. We'll do it again. We'll do it live. Damn it. Start this right here. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Damn it. God damn it. We'll do it live. Okay. Fucking thing sucks. All right, now. So again. Jagged tooth down. Ooh, I think it's too deep, right? Yeah, it's too deep. That's better. Okay. That's coming along nicely. It's coming along nicely. I'm liking it. Whoa. Yeah, no worries. And we're working on the Smiler symbol, which has 7 claw swipes to make it. So, you know, thematic for the 7 sins. The slashes in the end will be really super easy. The teeth on either side are going to be a bit rough, but that's, it is what it is. Once we get these teeth in, we can take away the outline. Okay, again, these are big teeth again, so 20. start. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Do that on the right layer, please. Okay. I know you can basically take away the scaffolding. Everything else is just fit in the 3 here, and then slash slash, right? On each side. Alrighty. Actually, it makes more sense to have more of a chunk come out because it's already damaged. It's looking real nice already. I'm liking it a lot already. I'm liking it quite a lot already. Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. Now the tricksy bit is doing the ones on each here. So these got to be 15s to fit proper. Well, this isn't a tribe, remember? This is a designation, right? So you have the archetypes, the overarching ones, the disciplined, the embracers, and the smilers, right? And so this is just a reference to, like, if you would ever call them demons or devils, right? There's their own things for that. I'm just doing it as an example, you know? Each of the packs has their own, like, symbols and stuff for themselves. But stuff like this is a universal trait, right? This is a universalized knowledge that this represents the smilers. Yep, I understand it. Because remember, all smilers were they were their other shifter species, right? This is obviously the smiler symbol from the Wolverine perspective. Smilers from other like tribes, from the were ravens, the were sharks, things like that. They'll have their version of smiler as well. This is the Wolverine one, hence why the super dominant canines, right? The overwhelmingly dominant canines. I'm not gonna have any cut-ins here. Yeah. Just kind of all scrungled instead. Yeah. Scrungle, scrungle. They're like this. What do you mean, how are they used in the universe? Like, literally like this. This is their written language. I don't want to be as aggressive with it. this one will have a carve in. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Their language is very much visualized, right? It's more runic and glyph. It's not like, even if they had letters and stuff like that, right? Like, it would be more like this for lettering. So like, up, you carve down, then carve over, like that would be A, right? Quick slash, that's A. Oh, give me a second. Oh! Fuck! I rolled the thing into the back of my foot and scraped it down. Oh! Took some scales off. Ow! Fuck, that hurt. Oh, right across the Achilles tendon. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh. Oh, God. Oh my God. That fucking sucked. That really fucking sucked. Oh, I'm not saying that is actually A, I was using that as an example. I do want to follow the Old Norse kind of runic stuff if they actually do lettering. Like, otherwise, these are symbology for it. So they don't have to write out the word smiler. They can do these slashes real quick, right? And remember, this is 7 claw movements. Oh my God. Oh. I hate when it's such a delayed reaction too. So, you know the pain stimulus is coming. You know it's coming. But your body... What the fuck? Your body, for whatever reason, doesn't trigger it right away. And you're just like... waiting, and then it hits, and it's just like... Fuck, it's worse! It's worse, it's worse, it's worse, it's worse, it's worse. It's so much worse. Oh my God. Ooh, owie. Owie, owie, owie. Ow. Genuine ow. How is it so much worse? No, woo, 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 woo. Woo. Oh, I didn't do the thing. That's fine, we'll scrungle it a little bit ourselves. I'll do it for the other ones when I start carving them. This one caught a few times. Right, switch back over here. More neutral. Slight curve out. It's not as sharp. It's a lot more neutral. Oh, hang on. What layer is that? There we go. 8. Yeah. Too much. I want something like that, but just not that much. one on the right. The one on the right I'm not happy with. Yep. That's what this is for as well. This is the Smiler claw glyph. On the right without a slash in. It doesn't look right. No, let's do it this side. That looks better. Just that one little slash in looks so much better. Alright. Okay, and then the final two marks. Make them heavy again. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Now, make sure we actually do the thing I want. Oh, and I got like perfectly to stay in the line. Okay. Slash is going to be slightly downwards. Okay. Slightly downwards, so. Most thematically appropriate music there is. Back out a bit. Ooh, that was a weird carve. because it's so fat right here. Okay. I'm going to lengthen this a little bit. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good fucking glyph for the smilers. I'd definitely say that's a pretty good glyph for the smilers. Like this. Let me fix this up a little bit. Now we did all that, it's kind of distorted things, you know? There we go. That's better. That's much better. Okay. Initial pass. Yeah, okay. Delete you, and delete you. Alright, so the creation of the glyph. Claw swipe down. Thumbs. Make them curve up. Then one finger cross all the way. Then these need to be combined. Oop, hold on. Combine that. Combine these. And these gotta be combined. These gotta be combined. Alright. Let's try again. Alright. First motion. Slash down. Second motion. Thumbs. Third motion. One finger. Fourth motion. Pointer fingers. Fifth motion. Thumbs. So pointer fingers down. Thumbs back up. Sixth motion. 3 fingers on each hand. Down. And the last one. Pointer fingers for the 7th motion. And the 7 sins. The smilers. There we go. Oh my goodness sakes. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna save that first, and combine everything. And then we'll save. Okay, let's do a glyph of the smilers. Claw glyph of the smilers, that'll work. Cool. Post it up in the Discord. Writing. Yeah, that looks really good on dark theme Discord background. Holy shit. That genuinely does look really fucking good on it. Holy shit. Alright. Hold you. Hold. Okay. Yeah, we'll pull this over. Yeah. And now, let's do this in the correct order, shall we? Oh my goodness.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile. Through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you.
This one, I forget what it's
Light up
called.
your face with
I forget what it's called, right? But there's a specific term for that. The thematic dissonance, right? Like the thematic dissonance. When you hear the term smilers, when you like play with that song, right? And you think, oh, you know, like they're just trying to carry on in spite of a bad situation. Then you realize, no, these are the horrifying, totally self-absorbed, like wallow and revel in sin and vice. These are the terrible monsters that go bump in the night. These are the ones that put fear into you for good reason. You know, the rapists, the cannibals, the fucking glutton, the wanton, like, greed and avarice, the robber barons sort of things, right? The thieves that, because they want things, their avarice kicks in. They break into houses and kill everyone and steal all they can. Like, these are the not good things. So it's the juxtaposition, right? Of what what is the, like, oh, smiling is a good thing, right? And then it's like, no, 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 you don't understand. This is the serial killer smile. This is the things are fucking wrong smile, right? This, where it's the eyes. You can tell the eyes have nothing in them. Right? The eyes. There's just nothing there. Ugh. Bleh. Absolutely. Bleh. Oh. I wonder, actually, you know what I wonder? No, 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 I'm gonna keep it like that. No, yeah. Pride, again, pride are the easiest ones to deal with. Right? Pride are the easiest smilers. Because their pride forces them to do incredibly stupid things in the name of that pride. Right? Oh, I'm strong enough to beat up the Wolverine. You know? So they'll attack a den, like, by themselves. Right? They'll do stupid shit. So they'll go after the Horger. Hurger? Hurger might be more accurate. So they'll go after those sacred places, like, by themselves, because, like, I don't need anyone else, you know, I'm the strongest, the biggest, the best. Pride are the easy ones to deal with. Envy are the most terrifying ones to deal with. Because they're the chameleons, they blend in and things like that. They're the manipulators, the schemers, the gaslighters. Gluttony's another pretty easy one. Like, sloth I guess sloth would definitely be the easiest, but yeah. But again, all of the smilers universally share that trait of they have a smile that's a bit wider than it should be. Like, they're getting too much out of whatever. Right? The smile that's too wide, too big, and then the eyes that have nothing in them. That's the universalized trait of smilers. They're just broken. They're completely broken and corrupt. Whoa. So yeah, I think I came out fantastically. Fantastic glyph. Unironically. Now I just need to come up with one for the disciplined and one for the embracers as the three major like archetypes. Whoa. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh my goodness sake. Welcome out, Rock Bar. Yep, this is the Smiler glyph. And again, like, I can just imagine the Mr. Incredible meme, right? Like, first time playing Sakara, and this the music playing, right? It's like, first time playing Sakara, and then the one beside it is, when you learn what a Smiler is, and then it's the inverted Mr. Incredible.
Even though it's breaking, when there are clouds.
Because again, I need to emphasize how horrible Smilers are, right? You have a supernatural killing machine that wants to be a rapist, right? That wants to cannibalize people. Like, you need to understand how truly horrific they are.
Light up your face with gladness.
Smilers are a good thing, right? They're very happy.
Trace of sadness, although a tear
Yeah.
may
They are
ever
horrible
so near.
things.
That's the time.
And that's what hurts the Wolverine when they kill them too. It's like they deserved it. The Smiler deserved it 100%. But it's that knowledge that they were kindred once, right? They were kin. Like, if things had gone differently, maybe you could have been friends, and maybe you could have helped kept them away from it. Now, Smilers can be redeemed. It's how deep down you go, right? Once you start going into the Smilers, it's pretty quick. But you can be saved and pulled out of it.
Through your fear and sorrow, smile.
Once you start making compacts with demons as a Smiler, that pretty much seals it. You can make compacts with demons, but when you're already a Smiler, that kind of seals the deal where you're going.
Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness.
At least one of us will enjoy this. Spoilers, it's not going to be you. Yep.
Maybe ever so near. That's the time. You must keep on trying. Smile. What's the use of crying? You
Now they are
find that life
they are a
is
truly
still
terrible
worthwhile
thing.
If you just smile.
Remember, that's what Jerox was doing. He's chewing on the Smiler's souls, like as punishment for their wickedness. That's what. So when Jonathan Falstaff offers up in what is it? What is it called? He offers up a gift of the Smiler's head to Jerox, and Jerox accepts it and he chews on it. And Jonathan said that he could feel like the skull itself was like screaming for help, and he took a bit of a moral high from it. It's like he hopes it fucking hurts. He hopes having their soul chewed on fucking hurts. That's how much he hates Smilers. And she was a particularly vicious Smiler. She was a Black Widow, right? Not as in the creature, right? She wasn't a were-spider. She was a Black Widow in the traditional sense. In that she'd sleep around and then kill whoever she was sleeping with. Right? She was a Smiler of lust. And that's how she got off. She would be sleeping with them and then she would do horrible, horrible things to them in the meantime. Until eventually, of course, they fucking died. Let's see. I know I put her name down for a reason. Yeah, Stephanie Goodall. Stephanie Goodall, the infamous Black Widow Smiler, is now fucking dead. And I will feed her soul to Jerex. Again, spoiler alert, don't be a smiler. Don't be a smiler. Just try to be a good person. Just try to be a good person. Have even basic empathy. Keep yourself away from being a smiler. So, I guess for the stream, we discussed some things. We did a big preview of the book today. Then we talked about like the differences between the things, because it's a bit expositional in the book, but it makes sense because both Jennifer and Jack have no idea of this world that they've been thrust into. So Michael's trying to get them up to speed, and it also works well to get the reader up to speed. You know, we're 9 chapters in, and now the reader's getting a bit more context. It's been drip-fed here and there, but now they're getting what is the connection between the Wolverine and the moon? Well, it gives us our casts, and here's how the casts work, here's what each one is. And we were discussing, like, a Speya of the new moon will never be as strong as a Wrecker of the full moon. The Wreckers are inherently, like, tied to in building up strength, endurance, and stamina, right? Speya are not built that way. That's not what their purpose is. Now, you can bust your ass as a Speya and get a lot stronger. You don't have to be weak. And when I say weak, I mean weak in terms for a Wolverine. They'll still pick somebody up and can literally rip them in half if they want. But it's like this. This, again, we still have these up. So this would be like a Speya, right? That's what Matilda Wilde, who I swear is a Ragabosh, so it would still be appropriate. Again, strongly built, muscled, obviously, but again, lankier arms, lankier build, lot leaner, right? And then this would be more like a Wrecker, built like a brick shit house, right? The arms aren't lanky and long and everything like that, but it is pure rippling muscle. They are the bulldozers. They are the unstoppable juggernaut come ripping through. Scam likely. Ugh. Hate. By the way, you have a phone call. Scam likely. And one day I want to get a piece made for showing all of the showing all of the casts, not auspices, again. We're basing it off of, or it's inspired off of World of Darkness or Werewolf the Apocalypse, but we're obviously going with way different direction with it. Yeah, I want to get one with all the 5 casts, like in a row, so you can see in comparison, like a fully built fucking Wrecker, a Yalder Skald, which will still be pretty fucking beefy, but they're not going to be, the brick shit house. But they're at least one that can go toe-to-toe with a Wrecker in a slap fight. Then get the Domari, who is more of an average build for the Wolverine. And then the Guthi, who are a bit smaller. And the, last but not least, the Speya, who, as I said, are the lanky. So, again, the lankier ones. Because they're built more for infiltration, scouting, assassination. Like, that's what their role within the Wolverine is. That's their cast. And again, when you're, as Michael explains it, there are just those little things that it feeds to you, right? Holy shit, there's a ghoul behind that Gauru. I know. I fucking guarantee she's a ghoul. And I guarantee she had the hunter data with her the whole time. And it was, she was hiding it. She stashed it because there's way too many things that don't add up. Like, why'd she put her hands behind her back first and then throw the smokes? Why did Matilda not care that the smokes got thrown away and was instead focused on her little squabble with her? And again, she got all, like, attack and aggressive, right? She immediately freaked out, grabbed the smokes because Git was being annoying, right? Ah, take your stupid smokes! And then she immediately got in Matilda's face and started antagonizing her. Like, to just play it off. It's way too much. This is way too much of what you would do if you wanted to set up a patsy, right? And Matilda didn't give a shit. If that was her primary objective, why didn't she give two flying fucks that the cigarettes got taken away from her, where her objective would be? Because I don't think it was her objective. She looks genuinely confused when everyone turns to look at her like, oh, you had it. You had the hunter data. That could only mean... She's like, what? 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 No, what? And then she realized that this fucking idiot played her, and, you know, she had that moment of like, I got outplayed by this moron? What the fuck? Yeah, anyway, so, again, the Speya versus a Wrecker, right? Wreckers are built to be like the juggernaut. Remember, one of their capabilities is feral charge, and that literally, that gives them a boost enough that they can smash through walls. God, I'm sick. I've been used and you knew all the time. Yeah, I think, the only thing I think of is that Grimmel had no idea that Matilda was any sort of supernatural, right? I think she didn't have a clue. She thought she was just going to set up the maid and then they were going to kill her or whatever. And that was going to be the end of it, right? And it was going to be done deal, done dusted. And then when it ended up being that, uh-oh. Whoa. Alright, in the meanwhile, let's have some fun. Shall we? Where's the one? Where's the man and the woman one? I want to watch that one again, because that one was funny. Like, unironically. Oh, it is this one. Yeah.
Mr. Sidewalk, why you trying to kill me? 1 second it's just fine, next suckers up to your knee. Mr. Sidewalk, you think you got it in the bag? You'll be walking just fine, then you're climbing the aggro crag. Mr. Sidewalk, you should be an Olympic sport. With Red Bull as your count, all the Euro dudes falling short. Mr. Sidewalk, Mr. Sidewalk.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, no, I'd make people roll like dexterity challenges to walk down the sidewalk in this place. He'd be like, "What?" It's like, he'd be like, "DM, we're just walking down the sidewalk." It's like, "Yes, you are. You have grown complacent with modern sidewalks. Let me show you the sidewalk you're walking down." And then just play this video.
Why you trying to kill me? 1 second it's just fine, next suckers up to your knee. Mr. Sidewalk, you think you got it in the bag? You'll be walking just fine, then you're climbing the aggro crag. Mr. Sidewalk, you should be an Olympic sport. With Red Bull as your count, all the Euro dudes falling short. Mr. Sidewalk.
Oh yeah, I would make it like you can walk in the streets where all the muck is. I'm like, okay, what's muck? Muck is feces. All right, the muckrakers haven't come by yet. This is a busy place, so there's all the feces and other various discarded things all in the road, like it's a jumble of humanity. You can walk on the sidewalks if you want. I'm gonna make you do dex checks, and if you fail a dex check, I'm gonna make you tumble into the street. I'm gonna make you tumble into the street. You're gonna have a great time. Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I want. I literally want the, like, why are we taking dex checks to walk down the sidewalk? And it's like, you have become complacent by modern sidewalks in first world countries. uh, Dex check for sidewalk, con save for walking the Jeet Street. Holy fuck. Oh my god. That's actually one of the things that makes Drakor on Avalor so like ahead of its time, is that it has proper drainage systems and everything around, right? Yep. Happy Friday. Do you play an instrument or otherwise have a favorite one? That is $5 from Irish John. Thank you very much. I used to play the trumpet. I've told this story before, but I was first chair for a band. Well, an orchestra, right? Don't get excited. This was not like a big thing. It was a school orchestra. Anyways, I was first chair, so I was the best trumpet player. And then we had a German exchange student come over, right? And she came over. She pulled out this beautiful trumpet she had. She challenged for first chair. And we set up to play, and she's playing shit that's like 5 leagues above me. And I looked at her, I looked at everyone, and I was like, she fucking wins. I don't know what you want from me. Holy shit. Like, she's basically playing 5 years in advance of what we're currently like working on and learning. All right. I don't know. What do you want from me? she wins. So I became second chair, which, you know, I was fine with because she was hot. She's playing Through the Fire and the Flames on trumpet. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god. Holy shit. Wow, I just saw this on the side. Hold on. Hang on a second. I gotta read this. Hold up. I was about to leave, and then this happened. Hold on. I gotta read this. All right. I was about to take off, and then this happened. All right. Both, just like all men, I am Jack Russell. I heard the call, the summoning of your child. His time is almost coming, and I'm here to protect you. Not to go all Terminator on you, but come with me if you want to live. Oh, come with me if you want to live. Oh, one thing I do want to get done as well at some point No, remember, it's a callback. That line is used all throughout Terminator. You know? Oh, unless you mean modernized Terminator. Yeah, fair enough. I get what you're getting at. Yeah. But one thing I want to get a thing done up of what the shifting hells look like, right? To give people like an idea of how truly terrible they are, you know, because people, you know, they always think of like hell is bad sort of thing. It's like you got to understand the shifting hells until you're sorted, and that's at the whim of whoever is the aspect of that hell, right? Whichever one is the embodiment of wrath, whichever one's the embodiment of gluttony, the embodiment of avarice. They don't have to take you in when you wanted to. They do it at their whim, right? Whenever they feel like it. And the waiting room for the shifting hells is known as the drowning. Okay? So the hells are what you would think of: brimstone and fire, the scorched places. They're called the shifting hells because they move per the whim of the embodiment that controls that area, right? So a mountain might form here, you might get a valley here, or whatever, like a sea of lava here. It all changes and shifts around whenever they feel like it. And above that, there is no sky, right? Above you, there's no stars, nothing like that. There's no sky. There is the sea, a never-ending sea stretched across all of eternity above, where everybody that is going into the hells is their waiting room. Constantly a mass swarm of just life and other, like, things just in the water, desperately clawing their way to get to the top so they can breathe. Unable to die as they're just constantly drowning. Just over and over again, getting pulled under by other people, trying to climb to the top so they can get up and breathe. It is not a thing of, it's like, yeah, no, this place is, no. Even if you are like an embodiment of that sin, even if you are like, if you as a person, you're never going to be the embodiment. You will birth one if you were that horrible. But even if you are like totally enraptured by that sin, right? You're in the drowning. That's where you're going until by some hellish miracle you get pulled out of the drowning, and then you get to have the real fun. Because you're at the whim of the embodiment of that sin. Boy, oh boy, hope you aren't one of the more horrific ones. Holy shit. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones and your embodiment is sloth. It's not a good thing. That's where the what did I call them? I had them written down. They're a needle-like plant. So what happens is if you're in the shifting hell of sloth, like it's a lot more gentle slopes and everything like that. You'd think, you know, it seems like a paradise compared to everything else because it's all about like total apathy and just laying back and things like that. But there are these things, the needles, this plant that it grows every inch. Right? Every inch, another shoot of it sticks up and through, and they're barbed. Just like, ugh. It is a horrible thing. You're constantly lethargic. Constantly, it wants you to lay down onto the barbs. Let the razor. I think it was razor thorns. Is what I called them. Let the razors basically cut into you. Let the razors have you. So you go from the drowning to now you need to try and maintain and keep yourself awake, aware, or you'll fall prey to the razors just everywhere. Right? All over the place. And they are very, very unpleasant. Because they sap things into you. Like an acidic, caustic thing inside of you. But once you've laid down and fall into it, you can't do anything. So you're just there suffering for all eternity. And it's like, it's not good. It's better than a lot of the other places. Like, you don't want to be in the fucking sin of lust or the sin of envy. Woo! Woo! Good Lord. Oh my goodness sakes. Okay, right. Anyways, chat. So, tomorrow, for Saturday Showtime, we will be watching Sandlot. A cult classic movie, and for very good reason. I'm very much looking forward to it. It should be an absolute blast. Yeah, I cannot wait. It should be a lot of fun. Meantime, chat, I hope you take care. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe and healthy. Get fit, get ripped. And I will see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye for now.